Coucou peace, hello my loves. Forewarning, this video I expect will be a rambly one, so if that's not your cup of tea, you know what to do. Otherwise, if you're in it for the long haul and you enjoy my tangent ramblingness, I feel like I just add ness to the end of a lot of words and then I make it its own word, then stay tuned. If you saw my tweet, it would have been yesterday because this will go up tomorrow. You know that I've now run out of pre-recorded videos, which is something that I want to say has almost never happened. Like, I usually am sort of ahead in my filming, but it is something that happened, and it is something that happened while we were fasting. So I am not in like gung-ho spirit. We're now going on day, I want to say 26 or 27 of fasting, and so that and working and doing YouTube has just, my energy levels are not as peppy as they usually are. So I did not want to go without a video. Since I had a little bit of time today, even though my energy was off, I thought this would be a really nice one because I didn't have to at least spend the time to sort of redo a whole makeup and get all gussied up. I could just sit down in my comfy sweater that I was wearing and talk to you guys. So I'm going to do this tag today. Fingers crossed. I also find some energy and time the next couple nights to film videos that'll get us through the end of Ramadan, but if I don't, you guys know it's because my energy levels were completely off and I just couldn't rally. So, yeah, that's a long enough ramble intro, don't we think? This is the Inner Beauty tag. It was tagged by none other than the beautiful Richadw Patchouli. I will link her tag video and her channel down below. She did this a little while ago, but I have been so behind on my tags that I'm only now getting to it. The other tag that I really have to still do, and I promise I haven't forgotten about it, is April's beautiful tag. Is it the Summer Kisses tag? I think that's what she called it. I was so excited when she came up with the tag, and I really am excited to do it, and I hopefully will get to do it in the next couple days. But that's the other one that's next up on the list to film. I'm just rambling. How far are we? 3 minutes of rambling. That might be a new record. Let's get into these questions, shall we? Okay. So it says, step 1 is take off all your makeup. I'm one step ahead of you because I didn't put any makeup on today. Step 2 is answer the questions below. So the first question is, do you feel different with your makeup on or off? This is a strange question. So I do feel different a little bit and sometimes. To me, the time I spend in the morning getting ready, like not even just like getting dressed and whatever, like that's whatever, I don't care. But the time I spend, sorry, I was just transfixed by the amount of times I said whatever in that one sentence. The time I spend sitting down actually doing my makeup has been bringing me so much joy. And when I see sort of dips in my mood, like when I start getting really aggravated or really tired or really sad, the first thing I will do is I'll remember to start waking up early, because it usually happens on those days when I'm really tired and I just sleep in as late as possible and just sort of run out the door. And so when I notice dips in my mood, I will start by making a concise effort to get up early and spend that hour doing 45 minutes, whatever, doing my makeup, because it brings me such joy. And so on days when I don't do that, if I'm in a good mood already, it'll be fine. But on days that I don't do that and I know other things are affecting my mood, I do feel differently because I'm not as excited. So setting the tone to my day off, right, with like an hour that's all for me, that's all about sort of focusing on things that are fun and color and whatever, it'll just set a really positive tone for the day. And so there are sometimes I don't need that positive intention. I can set it other ways, either through really loving text I get in the morning, or like April sent me the cutest little saying today. And so sometimes that I don't need to spend an hour doing my makeup, but on weeks that are tougher or days when I'm not feeling as great, if I don't spend the time to do my makeup, I do feel more down than if on those days I would have spent the time doing my makeup. Hope that makes sense. And then the other thing is, like, I went through a little bit of a phase recently, like right before Ramadan, where I was feeling self-conscious about like my skin and all that, because I'd spent so many months wearing like a full face of makeup. I've come out of that recently. It was sort of just a little temporary lull for me. And I think the reason, I've only spent a year wearing makeup, and so makeup to me, at this point in my life, is something that I get to do that's fun, that's just for me, that's a way to express my creativity. And so I won't necessarily like feel less confident or less strong without wearing makeup, because I forget that I'm wearing it, if that makes sense. I'm so used to going without it. It's those moments usually like afterwards, like, I don't know, I'll get into a heated argument with someone or meet someone for the first time in like a professional setting or what have you, and it's only after the fact, when I'm like in the bathroom a little while later, or like in my car mirror, that I'm like, oh right, I don't have my makeup on, I don't look as strong as I feel. And so in those moments after, I might feel a little bit differently, but I think because I'm so not used to wearing makeup, I don't necessarily feel more insecure or not as strong without it. There are definitely times when I know I'm having a tough day or what have you, and I do want to pull out like a vampy lip or like do some winged liner, just because the act of doing that sort of peps me up. But yeah, I'm very tired, and I'm hoping this is making sense. So yeah, that's my very long answer to this question. Question number 2 is, to you, is inner or outer beauty more important? You guys know what I'm gonna answer. I did a whole video on what beauty means to me. So instead of giving a yes or no answer, I'm going to tell you a funny story that really encapsulates the way I feel about beauty and my shock at how some people may have a different reaction about it. I was at a store, and I'm not going to say what store it was, because I don't want, in case the other person by some chance is watching, this is not like a bashing another person, this is just like a funny story. So I was at a store, and I'd spent some time talking to this girl that worked there, and at one point I don't know how we got into the topic, but we were talking about sort of body image and having put on weight and all that kind of stuff, on both ends. And at one point she goes, yeah, but at least, I'm trying to remember the exact wording, but it got to a point where she's like, well, there are a lot of skinny girls out there, but they've got nothing on me, because at the end of the day, you can't hide, or, yeah, like you can't mask. And I said, at the same time as she was responding, I said, you can't mask an ugly soul, and she said ugly face right at the same time, and I was like, yeah, I guess. And she's like, they could lose all the, or I can lose all the weight I want or gain all the weight I want, I'll still have a beautiful face, but they can be as skinny as they want, but their faces are ugly, and so like I win. And I just looked at her, and there was probably some judgment on my part, which maybe isn't fair, to each their own, right? Like I try to preach that all the time, that we should each live our own lives as long as we harm no one else. But I was shocked. Like I stood sort of still in my steps, and I was like, okay, I guess, because to me, your beauty radiates from within, and so it was just one of those moments that I was like, okay then, that was interesting. Yeah, that's the end of that story. So question number 3 is, do you prefer inner or outer beauty? Is that not the same question? Maybe? I've watched a couple of these tags, I don't know why I'm thrown by this question. There is, like I said before, there's no way to mask inner lack of beauty. If you don't feel compassion, if you don't feel love, if you don't feel respect for other people, if that doesn't radiate from within you, you could be drop dead gorgeous, and it's not going to make a difference. And so, of course, inner beauty, they go hand in hand for me, really. So it's not one over the other. They go hand in hand, if that makes sense. Also, beauty is relative, right? So I like looking at pretty things, like we all do, but pretty to me can be something else. Pretty to me can be a smile on a friend's face who I know has been going through something rough. Pretty can be a tube of lipstick that looks really pretty, and that's outer beauty to me. I don't have like a standard definition of beauty. It's all encompassing. It's not about the aesthetically pleasing to me, it's the meaning behind the aesthetically pleasing. So yeah, I hope that sort of made sense. I mean, there are, like things like outer beauty for me, like a really beautiful landscape. Like I like to look at things that are beautiful, they inspire me. I think what the question is trying to get at though is like, if there's a drop dead gorgeous model or a very not like, you know what I mean, like Victoria's Secret's model on one hand and just a very typical, I hate using these labels, but not a supermodel on the other hand, who do you find more appealing? Well, if the supermodel is vapid and running around the set and feeling entitled and whatever, she could be like Maxim's top 100 most attractive people list. That attitude will make her not beautiful in my eyes, right? But this person that might not meet those specific media defined terms of beauty might just be the most caring, most compassionate person. And so to me, even in my eyes, even her outward beauty becomes more beautiful than this person over here. I'm very worried I'm going to rewatch this video and be like, dear God, you're making no sense, woman. But I hope in some ways you guys are getting it. Question 4 is, what is real beauty to you? Okay, so I have a 20-minute rambly video on what beauty means to me, and I feel like I want to sort of summarize it for you guys here, but as is evident by the fact that I've been talking for 12 minutes, I'm not going to be able to summarize it here. I will link my What Does Beauty Mean to Me video down below if you want to check it out, but if you know anything about me or if you've watched that video, you know the kind of character traits and attributes that define beauty in my eyes. Question 5 is, what makes you feel beautiful? And what makes me feel the most beautiful in this world is genuine love and support from people in my life that mean the world to me. And those people know who they are, and their words of compassion when I'm going through something when I'm going through something difficult, their words of strength or their actions of strength and support when I need them, their checking in, their constant support. Nothing in this world makes me feel more beautiful than that. And I think at the end of the day, that's all any of us want. We want to be accepted and loved and celebrated for who we are. And don't ever get it twisted. Every single one of us deserves that. We deserve that kind of just unadulterated love and support and compassion. And so expect that and don't expect anything less. And if that means that the group of people that you hold dear to your heart become less, then so be it. It's better to have a few really amazing people in your life that make you feel that way than a huge group of people that can sometimes break you down or make you feel worse. That doesn't mean necessarily cut people out of your life that don't show you that kind of sort of unfiltered support and love, but that means maybe you sort of alter how many times you hang out with them or how much affection you give back. This is turning into a whole different video, but yeah, love, support, those kinds of relationships make me feel the most beautiful. Okay, so I think I'm done. I'm very weird today and very tired. And I was hoping that I could pre-record at least one more video today so that I wouldn't be in this situation again tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, but there's no energy left in this body. So I will do 3 points of positivity, and then I will be on with my day. My first point of positivity has hands down, without a doubt, got to be my most beautiful, most amazing sissy, April. And I say sissy because that's what she is to me, but also because Teen Mom 2 is back on. Yeah. And my gosh, April, if you haven't watched it, you have to go watch it. And specifically, you have to go watch the like unaired moments where it's just the kids. There is a scene when the two sissies are talking to each other on the phone, and I started bawling because it's us. So yeah, April, not the girls in the TV series, although they're adorable. April has just been phenomenal. She's one of those people that I said makes me feel beautiful. Despite everything that she is going through at the moment, she is still taking the time to touch base with me, to send me inspiring quotes, to crush over Chris Hemsworth, She's just phenomenal and makes me happy beyond words. And so without a doubt, that girl is my first point of positivity today. My second point of positivity is the most amazing Miss Jasmine. I've talked about this before, but let's rally and get that girl to 100 subscribers because she's so close and she deserves it. I will link, of course I'll link April's channel, but I'll also link Jasmine's channel down below. I was texting with her today at lunch, and it's just so much fun, and it's so easy, and it just brings a huge smile to my face. And she convinces me I need more makeup, and what are great friends if not people you can gush about makeup with, right? Especially if you're here, you get the makeup love. So that has definitely been the second thing that is making me smile today. And the third thing I cannot forget is my awesome friend Noelle, who I've told you about before, whose blog and Instagram I've linked before, but I will link again, especially because it is relevant to today's point of positivity. Which is, she is at San Diego Comic-Con right now, which is on my bucket list, and she has been posting the coolest pictures all day long. So I was sitting there and looking at her pictures and commenting, and it's just, go check her Instagram. Some awesome people and some really cool things that she's gotten to see at Comic-Con. So that is my third point of positivity, and I'm done. I think that's all I needed to tell you guys. Yeah. If any of you are fasting, you guys, we're doing great. We're almost there. It's exciting. We'll be done fasting, hopefully, fingers crossed, either the last day will either be Sunday or Monday. So hang in there. We're going to get there together. Ghada, if you're watching, I hope you and Bilal are both feeling a lot better. Minna, if you're watching, I love you and I want to send you a giant hug. And now for real, I should go and try to edit this video so that I can get it up before tomorrow morning. That is going to be it for real for me today. I want to send you each lots of love. Thank you so much for being here. And as always, I can never leave you without reminding you that life is just too short to wear boring lipstick. Bye guys.